Hello everybody, good day to you and welcome back. This is a 97, 98 I think GMC 1500 Suburban 4-wheel drive. Oh yeah, door sticker says it's a 98 Suburban 4-wheel drive. It was towed in with 244,259.7 miles on the odometer. Customer states does not start and engine does not crank. It tries to, but it makes this nasty grinding noise. So let's see what the deal is here. Whoa, yeah, that makes a noise. Okay. Uh-oh, that's not good. Starter motor is not engaging the flywheel. It's popping the hood. See what's going on. Well, I can tell you right now, whatever caused it, the damage has been done. It sounds like it stripped the teeth right off the flywheel. It's stinky. That all looks like coolant. See all that rust-colored residue? What is this, a 350? Yeah. Let's see what's in here. Nothing. Oh no. Oh no, she's bone dry. It's not good. It's not good at all. Alrighty, so we know that there's a bad spot on the flywheel at least, or the starter's junk. Let's see if the engine will turn over. If it does, that means the engine's not locked up. Because again, I'm trying to wonder why exactly this starter stripped out. So what I'm going to do is turn this engine a little bit. That's going to do two things for us. It's going to tell us if the engine locked up and that's why the gears got stripped off. And it's also going to move the teeth on the flywheel. Actually, it's a flex plate. But it's going to move the teeth in the flex plate to a different location. And if those teeth are not stripped, we should be able to get the starter to turn to start the engine. That is, of course, unless the flywheel is very, very destroyed, in which case I'll just have to push this thing in. I've got a ratchet down in the crankshaft bolt. There we go. It's turning. We don't need much out of it. Just a few degrees. Hot. Yeah. Maybe it'll start now. Let's go find out. And survey says, whoa, that's bad. Yeah, that's this is over with. It needs work. I'm gonna get this pushed inside and we'll start taking things apart and see what's up. Okay, so first things first, we are down below. It's a little rough under this truck. First thing I want to do is get the starter out just so we can maybe see the teeth in the flywheel. That may be interesting because look what we got here. Look at that. Some kind of extra long bolt with some spacers and that thing. It's sitting in here sideways. Yeah, this has been repaired to death. So let's pull these starter bolts out first and see what we got to work with. You know, real quick before I pull that starter off, let's disconnect the battery for safety and such. What do we got here? Where'd that battery go? Oh yeah, I forgot about the to let them know about the no coolant in the engine thing. Oopsie. That's no worries. I can amend my conclusion later. You know why I do positive first when I put battery terminals on? That's why. If I put the negative cable on first and then attempted to do the positive and then touch something metal, I create the arc. But if the negative is off and I'm putting the positive on and I touch something, no big deal. Then when I go to the negative terminal, if I touch something, no big deal. And that's why positive is last off, first on. And the best part is, I can break my own rule, and it doesn't matter. Aha! I gotta say, I'm not feeling very optimistic about this thing. Like I said, it's been repaired to death. And I wasn't even bolted on the other side, so whatever. So let's see what treasures lie beneath these bolts right here. And reverse clicks. Yeah, that feels kind of crunchy already. Not feeling good about this. And that's a snap bolt, I think. Wow. All right. Yeah. It's not supposed to happen like this. All right, I'm just gonna Milwaukee this since I got them loose. Let's see what the damage is. And those threads are kind of chewed up. Okay. Well, I guess they have good news and bad news. I guess we'll start with the good news. This flywheel might be okay. Let me get a light in there. The teeth are a little chipped on it, but it's not terrible. The bad news is the engine block's broken. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, the engine block is busted right here. And that bolt's kind of stripped right there. And then over here on the starter, we can see those teeth are really boogered up on that starter. Tough call. What do I do? Okay, so since this has a destroyed engine block, because that's damaged right there, and it allowed that bolt to run sideways, I don't see any reason to pull the trans out of this just yet to put a starter motor in it. I'd like to at least see if we can maybe make it turn over, but I've got to get this thing like bolted in and lined up properly first. Like it wasn't even bolted in straight, because both of these bolts are not the right ones for the starter. The diameter is wrong and they didn't fit. And on top of that, it was kind of cocked in there sideways. So I want to at least see if I can't bolt this thing in and maybe just get it to turn over, just so I can kind of prove out that it still is capable of functioning. And then if I can achieve that, we'll order a set of bolts and another starter and then try the same thing again. I really don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work out. I think that damaged part of the engine block is gonna kind of seal the deal on this thing. I mean, it might be okay, it might not. I'm gonna try. Okay, that's bolted in. Okay, since this is bolted in, I'm just gonna, rather than use the key, I'm gonna reach up and just short this solenoid together to get this thing to crank. You guys see? Okay, it does crank. All right, it did engage. Found starter motor does not engage flywheel and is making grinding noise. Removed starter and found both bolts are bent. Starter motor is resting at an angle, causing the starter to become damaged due to the gears slipping. Found that the starter bolts are incorrect for the application, contributing to starter typo. Contributing to starter to rest at an angle. I need to edit that. Removed starter motor and found the engine block is damaged at starter mounting surface. Unable to properly secure starter to engine due to mounting surface. Additionally, the mounting surface is worn at an angle. I said that twice. At an angle at the broken spot due to the starter moving and scraping against the block during cranking. Engine block is damaged and engine needs to be replaced or removed and repaired by a machine shop. Found minimal damage to Flexplate teeth. Starter teeth are softer metal and wear first. This is a possibility, parentheses, slim chance, not probable but possible, that the starter bolts and a replacement starter could offer a temporary fix. So let's see what they want to do about that. So basically what I'm saying is that the damage to the teeth are here in the starter. So replacing the starter would theoretically fix that and it would work again. However, since we can't bolt the starter on flat against the engine block, partially because this part is broken and the rest of this is worn off at an angle, I can even feel that that ridge right there with my thumbnail. Anyway, this is worn off at this odd angle, so naturally the starter is always going to want to change its angle upwards when it's under torque, and it's going to cause it to slip again, and that's what happened, you know, the first time. That would be a temporary fix. If I put a starter with the correct bolts in this, it would work for a little while. That's really all I got to offer. The actual solution here is to repair this broken part of the engine or put another engine in it. So I have made my position as clear as possible. See what they're gonna do. Well, I have the word. This one is getting condemned to the salvage yard. Like many before it, it's no longer going to be a cost-effective kind of thing to try to repair this, and my guy doesn't want to put any money into it. He was going to spend $1,000 to have us put a flywheel on it, but then after finding out that that's not it, versus the what $300 something it's going to take to buy a new starter plus the bolts, we're gonna go ahead and cut our losses and walk away on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this down, and we're gonna push it out. They might change their mind. Folks do that sometimes, and they may have me just toss one on here just so it works again, because I think I can make it work again, but for a little while, you know, no actual length of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and back this thing out and switch spots with that Mini Cooper over there. I need to diagnose that one for some kind of a trans fluid leak or something like that. So that was just at the dealership. Seeing as how this is the short video on this thing, maybe I'll just include that video into this one. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So don't go anywhere, because next up we have a 2013 or 14 Mini Cooper coming in, and maybe I get to fix something on that one. So stay tuned. This is going to be eventually a very good video. All right, GMC Suburban, you're leaving. Going down. All right, you know it's going to be good when we got a mini BMW here. This is a 2014 Mini Cooper. Customers here for a second opinion. They were at the BMW dealership, and they got a very, very large estimate, and we want to figure out what's going on. Yeah, I've got my tablet here, and I'm reading the notes, and it says, yep, looking for second opinion, found oil in the coolant. That's not good. Customer states, looks like chocolate milk, possible head gasket, pressure test on coolant reservoir, OBD2 sensor installed, put into center console. I don't know what that means, but okay. And again, there's something about a quote from the dealership. So let's bring this over to my my working area. My stalls are full, so I'm just gonna nuzzle this in the back. Now they drove this thing in here. I can drive it over across the street to my stall, no worries. If it's damaged, I'm not gonna damage it any further. Yeah, let's see what we got for mileage here. 110,955 miles. That may be the last of them. I can't. The air. Some kind of chemical. Yeah, this thing. Sorry, dude. I gotta put that over there. It's like breathing Febreze. Weird, right? I can breathe brake clean and gasoline, diesel fuel, cyanide, Agent Orange, doesn't matter. You give me like some air freshener and I'm dying. Ugh. All right, that's good enough. Let us put this in park here, pop an easy hood, and let's see what's going on with the milkshake engine coolant situation. Powering down. Oh, you know what? I heard something we didn't mention earlier. I'm gonna restart this one more time. Listen to what I hear. You hear that winding sound? And I think this car speaks in anime when you turn it on. Hang on, I heard that. I thought it was the radio. It's speaking anime. Watch, listen. That sounds provocative. I don't think I'm cool with this. I want to get out of this car now. Okay, all done here. Okay, so they say there's oil in the coolant or trans fluid or something in the coolant. Let's figure out how to open this hood first. Please pop an easy hood. But yeah, let's just go straight for the glory here and find the coolant problem. Come on. I'm terrible at my job. I need to stop looking for it. Just start feeling for it. I know it's in there. Ah, got it. Okay, wow, that was hard. Okay, here's our, supposed to be our coolant reservoir, and that looks like oil. It doesn't smell like oil. Let's open it up and see what's up. Oh, what is that? No, 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 look at that. Yeah, that's not supposed to be doing that. Definitely some type of mixture of fluids here. It smells like trans. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of agree with the BMW dealer that that is transmission fluid, and it can only enter the cooling system via the trans pump, and that probably goes through the cooler, which looks like that little round guy down there. It probably needs a trans cooler. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at engine oil. See if that looks any good. Yeah, I don't see the same mixture in there. Although they are brown, I can tell one is different than the other. The smell is not the same. Okay. All right, I don't believe that's engine oil. Let's see how much oil is left in it. You guys sit here on the turbo. Yeah, it's not low. The guy mentioned something about burning oil a little bit, but it is a Mini Cooper. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and concur with BMW's estimate. That's broken. Right there, see that? Somebody glued that together. Also not good. Yee. Okay, let me go let the guys know what's up. Let's see what we're gonna do about this. Stay tuned, this might be a very good video. Okay, here's my official diagnosis here. Found milky substance in radiator surge tank. Took sample of fluid, found that fluid smells like transmission oil. Also found that when engine is started, transmission pump is making noise, indicating trans is low on fluid. Found that cooling system is overfilled. Based on the above, conclude that transmission fluid has been pumped into cooling system. Reviewed cooling system and transmission fluid system diagrams and found the only possibility for communication or contamination is within the transmission cooler assembly. Transmission cooler will have to be replaced. All cooling system hoses will have to be replaced, including thermostat and possibly radiator, due to oil contamination. This is a bunch of typos. This is due to these components being made of rubber and cannot be exposed to petroleum products. I understand the radiator is not made of rubber. There could be rubber integrated into it. Before attempting any repairs, the transmission pan should be removed and transmission terminals should be inspected for damage, as transmission was operated low on oil. It is possible, based on the pump noise observed on startup, that the transmission pump and or other internals are damaged. So that is going to be my official finding on the matter. And that is what I will be presenting to the customer. So in other words, you drove it around and it's ruined even more, and I can now see why BMW or Mini gave the dude like a $3,500 estimate, because they're probably gonna have to fix you know, what broke, and then all that cooling stuff is gonna have to be replaced. Again, the radiator, maybe not, depending on, you know, kind of what the tanks are made of and if I can get all the contamination out of it, which is unlikely. So I imagine that's where the majority of this bill came from. However, I don't think that they considered the possibility that the guy was driving around with no fluid in the trans, because the transmission pump is running pressurized fluid through a system that has close communication with a lower pressure system, being the cooling system. So if a leak does develop, the pressure from the pump will actually push that fluid into the cooling system, but the cooling system does not have enough pressure to push the fluid back, with the exception of engine off and cool down. I think I'm gonna note that also. Also suggest removing transmission pan to inspect for debris. Yeah, I already got that. And of course we'll have to do all the fluid, probably 2 fluid exchanges to get all the potentially contaminated trans fluid out of the transmission system. So yes, this will be expensive, and it may be more so expensive due to operating it with this damage. So let's see, I'm gonna let them know. Okay, well this is a no-go for right now. They don't even really have the estimate put together yet, but it's going to be a nasty one, I think. Probably right in line with what BMW's is going to be, because again, these hoses got to go. Yeah, I can feel that one's super squishy. The hoses all got to go. All the systems have to be flushed, and that's not even considering that trans might be damaged just from rolling around with it with no fluid in there, because this car drove in. Oh, stay there, door. So I'm gonna just go ahead and roll this one out into the back of the parking lot. No, don't start. I don't want to. There's that porn Japanime thing again. Anyway, I'm just gonna let this guy roll on back into a parking space. I think I got the momentum. Nope, sure don't. So I'm gonna push this back into a parking space. And that being said, I think I'm gonna close this video out too, because we're not doing any work on this. Not today, probably not ever. It needs lots and lots of repairs. So that being said, oh, this Mini's heavier than it looks. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was shorter than normal, but it is what it is. I couldn't drag it out any longer. I think dragging this to the parking lot is enough. So again, and as always, thank you for watching. And most importantly, don't forget to have yourself a great day. Woo! Oh, by the way, if you like this video, let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. See you guys later. End of Mini Cooper. Finalized, powering down. Here, we'll just put this thing right back where it goes. Yeah, you stay there. All right.